So today I wanted to share a couple of poems, a couple of pieces from The Most Spectacular Mistake as a thank you for your support, for your cheers, like for cheering on this work, for cheering me on, and knowing that this work, uh, it is bigger than me. I'm gonna start with the piece that I usually start. Bond. As a fetus, my mother inhaled love. It lingered in her vocal cords, then traveled to her stomach, through her umbilical cord, and into me. It now lives between my stomach and diaphragm. Perhaps that's why I exist, to exhale what was trapped in my mother's throat. Vínculo. Cuando aún estaba en su vientre, mi mamá inspiró amor, perduró en sus cuerdas vocales, se desenvolvió en su estómago y viajó por la cuerda umbilical hasta llegar a mí. Ahora vive entre mi estómago y diafragma. Tal vez por eso existo, para exhalar lo que se detuvo en mi garganta. Ruler in the mirror. I'm sitting on the edge of the bathtub, pretending to brush my hair, watching her look intently in the mirror. She takes out a comb and delicately parts her hair, raising a tweezer to her brows while the curling iron heats up, sharpens a red lip liner, raises the music, hums as she powders her face, studying every pore and freckle. Looks into the eyes of her father, the nose of her mother, takes a curler to her bangs and creates an arch, shoulders back, powerful, in control, practicing the skills of a painter. Her face is her palette. Sweeps her hair into a perfectly symmetrical work of art. Sprays hairspray to secure her crown and departs. No matter how out of control life situations may be, she is the almighty ruler of herself. She has fought hard to be in control of her body and mind. She kisses my forehead before she leaves to face the day. I almost drop my brush. What an honor to be raised by someone who claims her divinity after being mutilated. And what a privilege to feel the ripple effects of self-love. And this one is after Franny Choi. In this one, I didn't have to seal the envelope of self-deprecation or strain my back to be a good worker. No. In this one, fever didn't hit the natives. We didn't have to sell our land for pharmaceutical drugs. The colonizing gaze was punishable with death. In this one, we didn't have to prove our worth. We wouldn't be called crazy or scary if we lost our cool in public because it would be seen as an energetic wave, a pulse, a moment, an effect, and not a cause for violence. In this one, we didn't have to lock our doors or our hearts because the most beautiful present someone could give us would be an invitation to open it. Sardines in a tin can. Babysitters running late to Anaheim Hills. Cooks nodding off from their night shift in Huntington Beach. Kids from the good schools, rerouting from the brown neighborhoods, rerouting to the good white schools in Tustin. Bump and push and shove for a little space to breathe. Silent screams from adults, loud ones from kids. Right leg forward if the brakes hit hard, left leg back to support the impact, energy colliding in the city. Elders, children, mothers, confused adolescents ignored by city planners, neglected, left, with nowhere to sit. It's just not part of the plan until they are killed like sardines in a tin can. I'll probably bleed at the border. Last time I wept, and those tears followed me, made me a stranger in my own body, pushing and pulling until I dissected the cemetery that had sprouted. Swelling scar, man-made, groomed, occupied by military, invades natural habitats, deterring the flow of migration as long as the border remains. I'll count the faces, not just the black bags traveling amongst the Pacific Ocean's waves. Which side is the other side again? Let's see where my blood stains. Endurance. Morning. The soil feels wet. My bare feet are grounded like a tree. I set my intention. Midday. The sun rays remind me to keep going. Sweat drips down my face as I ring a bandana with my blistering fingers. Feel my arm get tense. Throw my machete to the ground and remain resolute. Far from glamorous appeal and soulless monotony, sounds of the river are heard, with the richness of wisdom that whispers to me. I would rather cut through this jungle to find my own path than follow in anyone else's. Night falls. Have visions of where this path will take me. And I wake up knowing this is the right path because it's mine. Now we're moving on to heart. Craving citrus. It took as long as it took to peel an orange to realize that I love you. Thick like the walls of my heart can be, it was a difficult task. My fingernails stung, rind stabbed me. Couldn't contain myself. I began to eat. My taste buds recognized poignant zest. Your image appeared in my head. You left me bittersweet. How to have a good cry. In times of self-care juice cleanses and trivial affirmations, I fear there is not enough information circulating amongst today's overachieving, underpaid millennials on how to have a good old snotty cry. This tutorial is designed for all ages and skill levels. Tools you will need: your physical body, your emotional body, tissues, optional items, strongly encouraged, a mirror, and something cozy to comfort you afterwards. A blanket, a bed, your pet, etc. Steps. Step 1. Pick an excuse to be alone. Get creative, but be practical. Step 2. Time is of the essence. Start immediately. Step 3. If you haven't started crying, move your body. The body stores emotions in places like the throat and the hips. Step 4. If this doesn't work, bitch, you're emotionally constipated. This will take several times. Don't get discouraged. Step 5. Look at yourself in the mirror. This is a crucial step as you get more experienced. Observe the kinds of tears that have emerged. With time, you will learn how to interpret them. Step 6. Clean up with tissues. Breathe. Meditate or nap if necessary. and then congratulate yourself for feeling. Breaking patterns, leaving notes. The next time a man says, "I love you," I want you to reply with, "Thanks. I love me too." If he gets offended or makes fun of you, your light intimidates him. Leave before he breaks you. At times you must protect yourself from people simply because you've learned the incredible things your love can do. And that shit ain't for the faint of heart. And if they want to go, let them out through the back alley. Only good guests are allowed to ring the bell. Love yourself with the passion you have for sticky notes and statement outfits. Make yourself a zine and put your face on the cover. Exfoliate with apricot seed oil and coffee grounds. Turn it into a ritual to honor the women that have had sleepless nights for you. Love yourself for the words they are still finding meaning to. How beautiful you are, empty and full. Don't forget to be generous with yourself. Put the fires out with lemon and pomegranate juice. And if loving yourself is a mistake, let it be the most spectacular mistake you make. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't say it enough. And with this full heart and sharing a couple of poems, a couple of pieces from my book, more than any reviews, more than any notes, accolades, interviews, anything that has come my way, I hope that I am able to extend that back and keep creating. And with my cup full, I am able to create more work. And I'm really excited because there's so much more work to do and so much more art to create. I'm really appreciative. For bookings and workshops, please go to anataliavallez.com. Thank you for watching.